Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and oh boy, do I have a monkified video for you. Monkified. I wonder if that's a word, like monkey or something. But today, we have a showdown between two giant King Kong, or Kong I guess, action figures made by the same company, Playmates, that are going head to head. In this corner, we have, from the movie Kong Skull Island, we have Kong Skull Island. No joke, that's his actual name on the box. I wonder why they named it the movie name and not just Kong. And in this corner, we have Godzilla vs. Kong, the Giant Kong. These two guys are around the same height, 11 inches. And yes, I did confirm it with my measuring tape over there. And we're going to see which one of these Kongs, if you could only buy one giant Kong, which one would it be? We're going to be dividing this into a few rounds consisting of articulation, or well, I guess that'd be round two, sculpt and paint, articulation, price, and availability. Yeah, you thought we are going to do 5 rounds like the previous one. Nope. Since these two are basically almost similar, we're going to be kind of comparing which one is the better one. So we might as well knock off Sculpt and Paint. We're going to start off with Kong here, from the Kong Skull Island movie. And for Sculpt and Paint, it is important to note that I am aware that the paint job is not as good as the repaint, which it got a little bit of a redo, but I can only show what I have. I will acknowledge it, but I can't show it off. Here we have Kong Skull Island here, which I'm going to be calling him that, so deal with it. Kong Skull Island here has a brown plastic with a gray paint job on the face, orange eyes, which are applied very well, and inside the mouth you have basic colors. You have a bone white coloring for the teeth and pink for the gums. And it is important to note that right here there is a bit of a teeth chipping. However, I got mine like that straight out of the box. That wasn't probably, well, I mean, that probably was there. I don't know how that forms. All I'm just saying is I got it like that. However, boxes can be very rough when it comes to shipping. Anywho, here we have this nice spray going along the chest, similar to the face, but you also see a black spray right in the middle of the chest along with painted slash marks. No, they're not sculpted in, they're just painted. There's also like a little weird mark right here. Not sure what that is. That is definitely not residue, because I can rub that thing on my nail all day and it still won't come off. The arms here are kind of bland in color. It's just a typical brown until you get to the fists, which still have that very infamous black spray, which I really like. Same with the gripping hand right here. It is important to note that the sun stop kind of makes it look like he's wearing gloves. Maybe he's like a motorcyclist, like a it's kind of cool. We also have his short, stubby legs, kind of keeping that same glossy brown color. And we also have paint at the bottom of the feet. Now, if I had to knock off any points, it'd actually be on the feet right here. Paint chipping from just being on the shelf. Yeah, not too good on that, Playmates. But overall, it's still a really neat looking figure. And the repaint did actually paint the gums a different color, instead of making it look like he just had skull colored gums. So I overall think that's a better look for it. So next we're going to go over Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 Kong. His overall paint job consists of orange, black, and white eyes, which kind of look a little too cartoony for my taste. And that's kind of it for the face paint. Yeah, there is something on the teeth, but that is actually kind of it. There's no spray, there's no dry brushing, that's just it. However, what is kind of cool is that the teeth right here actually have a bit of dimension to them. I don't know, it's really cool. Taking a look at the scar here, and holy crud, look at that. Is that really any way to paint it? Now, bringing back in Kong Skull Island here for a sec, you can definitely see that it's painted the same exact way, but the application of it just feels more like it was done with pencil crayon instead. But look, there's even a little gap there. Now, that could be in the movie, yes, but honestly, I felt like that should have been painted all the way. And there's even a gap there. I don't know. Maybe I'm being wrong about that. It could be like that in the movie. But there is a mild black spray on his chest as well there. Also on his arms, it kind of retains that nice... Get out of there, Kong Skull Island. It also kind of features that same kind of style, except it's all done with blacks. And again, it's kind of a different color black when the forearm meets the fist. No paint chipping this time around, which is cool because there's lack of paint. Hold on. The backs of the figures, I should say, also both feature screw holes, but Kong's from the 2021 movie is much better. So in terms of its sculpt and paint, I'm gonna have to give this point to... It's a hard one, but Kong Skull Island, simply because his has a little bit more variety, even though the paint chipping is kind of issue. The only paint chipping is on his feet, and unless if you have his feet poking out, you won't be able to see it. So, I'm sorry, Kong from GVK, but your older self, he's winning. Pick up the slack a little bit. Next up is posability. Now, I know people are going to say they have the same exact articulation, but I do have a winner here. For articulation here, you have a rotation at the head. It is kind of creaky, but honestly, it's a big plastic figure. I find it weird how they didn't keep the ball joint, though. I know he can look up and down a little bit, but that's only because the rotation peg here is a bit loose. So that's why it kind of gives it that ball joint look movement. You have a rotation at the arm, wrist swivel, leg rotation, really nice, and feet swivels. They are kind of tight, but honestly, it's nothing too bad. Next up is Kong from GVK. We have a very tight head swivel. I mean, it isn't too tight, but it is kind of tighter than the Kong Skull Island figure. We have a shoulder rotation, which again, it's slightly tighter. The wrists, on the other hand, holy crud, this thing is tight. Very tight, very tight. This is a bit more tight. Again, the legs and the feet. Oh my goodness. It is incredibly hard to move. Like, seriously, I'm giving it all my might. Like, it is actually kind of tight. So, who's the winner here? Who's the winner? So after really thinking about it, I don't think what I was going to give the win. I was originally going to give the win to Kong Skull Island simply because of his more or less stiff joints. But after really thinking about it, I got to give this one a tie. Except when it dawned on me, what if I do a pose off? So both of them right now are in the Kong punching Godzilla pose, where they have kind of one leg forward, one leg in the back, or kind of just staying still, one arm back, one arm forward. And you can see both of them are pretty evenly matched, right? They can both bounce well. Well, let me show you something. This Kong cannot stand up, even while doing this. And keep in mind, this is the more heavy figure of the two. Despite it not them looking the same, this one has much more meat on its bones. So, because it can't balance well, and this one actually can do some really good poses, and I mean, articulation's the whole reason of posing, I'm gonna have to give this win to Kong Skull Island. Oh boy, it's round 3. Prices. Who wins in price? They're both priced the same at about 20 bucks. It's a tie. But that means we can go straight to round 4, which is availability. As of this recording, and because of a certain interview with this, I think it was one of the, I can't remember if it was one of the founders of Playmates, or one of the CEOs, or I don't know, one of the higher ups, a spokesman person say, they stated that the classic series Godzilla and Kong figures are going to be released to to a majority of retailers, including Target. Or at least that's what I remember them saying. The Godzilla vs. Kong line, on the other hand, is staying a Walmart exclusive. Yeah, in terms of availability, you're going to be able to find this guy at any kind of store that would sell this guy. You're only going to be able to find him at Walmart. So, I'm sorry, Godzilla vs. King Kong, but this Kong takes the win. And for the final verdict, here it is, the verdict just like last time. Again, I'm too lazy to edit this. 2017, Kong takes this by a 4-1. Keep in mind, round 3, price was a tie, so both of them got a point instead of no one getting the point. I like to give people points. So realistically, it won't make a difference anywho, so there's no need to cry about, this guy got a point in the tie. Nah, be quiet. That's how I do stuff around here. If you don't like it, go out on someone else's channel. Anywho, if you're looking to get a big Kong figure, and, okay, how do I say this? It depends on your favorite movie for Kong monsters. If you prefer Kong Skull Island, get this one. If you prefer Godzilla vs. Kong, get this one. And the best thing is, this Kong right here, I think I stated this before, this guy is much more bulky than he is. Just look. You can easily tell when you look at it. One last thing before I end off this video. It's not to bash the loser figure. I like all my figures for different reasons. Some of them I like more than others. Here's an example. Remember last round? With the Godzilla D for real versus, sorry, not D for real. Wrong, not X plus, I don't have X plus. Deformation King versus Playmates GVK Heat Ray Godzilla. I prefer the Deformation King over the Playmates Godzilla because of its superior sculpt, detail, and overall it's just much more fun to handle than a kid's toy. And again, these are just kids' toys, so you gotta have a certain expectation for these. That being said, go with your pick. I just recommend to you. If you like Kong Skull Island, go with this one. If you like GVK, go with this one. That being said, there's a Mega Kong that's coming soon. Like basically a modified version of this one that has the colors of this one. And I'm debating whether or not I should get it. I'm not a fan of its design because of the jaw. I don't like that. It's just, ugh. But I might get it. That being said, I have nothing else to say. He's the winner. He's the runner-up. But that doesn't mean he's a bad figure. I love this figure. I love both of them. But anyways, that's all for this episode. See you guys later.